What's up YouTube, Tricky Travster. Welcome to another video. This is a follow-up video to yesterday's video, so if you haven't watched that, go check it out, or at least, watch a little bit of it so you get kind of a feel for what it is. But essentially what it is me talking about the new Shen skin, the current state of Shen in the game, why he's bad, what can change to make him better. And then I said something in the video along the lines of, if only Shen would get reverted back to the old Shen, we would all be happy, and a lot of people liked it, a lot of people didn't, but there was one thing they all had in common, and that is we want Vorpal Blade back. That's it. There were people who were like, yes, I want old Shen back, and there were people who were like, no, I don't want him back, but I want his Q back. There was really no one who said they didn't want the old Q back. It was one of those two things, and I think after hearing that, it's evidence that obviously his Q or something in his kit needs a change, and Riot themselves knows this. They said his kit is really clunky, really heavy, hard to play with. They said that when they made it, and they said they'd revisit it and try to figure out a way to make them better, and then they just kind of dropped it and didn't come back to it. But now is like a perfect time to come back to it because Shen's win rate is as low as it's ever been. Shen mains aren't winning with Shen anymore, and he's not played in competitive play. So I think that's a sign that it might be a time to revisit him. And after making yesterday's video, and looking at the 200 plus comments you guys left within like 12 hours, I've come up with a good solution. And I say we have come up with a good solution. And I say we because I didn't think of it until I read all of your comments. So here is the solution I am proposing to Riot Games, and I think you guys will like this. I know for a fact 99% of you in the comments would like this because you all agreed with this. Keep Shen the same, change one ability, swap out Twilight Assault for Vorpal Blade. Bring Vorpal Blade back to Shen. That would fix like everything. That would be amazing. So keep his passive the same. Obviously there's nothing really wrong with his passive. It doesn't scale that well into late game, but it is what it is, and it's better than the old Shen W, which didn't really work very well. So you can keep his passive the same, keep his W the same. Instead of having it pop on Spirit Blade, just have it pop on his character, on his person. So Shen just has to go near who he wants to protect and then pop W. That makes sense for a couple reasons. One, it'd be very easy to track in team fights. It's just wherever you are. And two, it won't cost as much energy, because when you aren't near your team and you're trying to drag your Q to where you want it to be to protect somebody, you gotta pop Q and then you have to pop W, and it's just wasting energy. It's just a lot of energy used there, and it's just not an efficient way to do it. It's very clunky, and it's hard to follow in team fights when you're moving, when your teammates are moving, when the enemy team's moving. It's hard to get everything in the right spot, but if it's just on your person, just walk to whoever you want to protect and pop W. Very simple. I like it. Keep W the same. Just instead of putting it on the Spirit Blade, just pop it on Shen. And then obviously your taunt and ultimate can stay the same. There's nothing really wrong with those inherently besides cooldowns maybe. But yeah, keep those the same. But essentially what it is keep the new Shen the way it is, the new passive, the new W, the way taunt works. Obviously if you didn't know, they increased the width of taunt on the new Shen a little bit after they reworked them, but so that's nice. But yeah, the new ultimate's fine too. The way it scales is fine. I don't really care. The cooldown's kind of long, but that's beside the point. But we all agreed to revert Shen's Q in the comment section. I think everyone agreed actually. I didn't remember anyone saying they like the new Shen's Q. Yes, it is kind of cool, but it's also very clunky and hard to play around. But if you add Vorpal Blade to the current Shen's kit, it would literally fix pretty much every problem I mentioned in yesterday's video, and here's why. A couple issues I mentioned. CSing under tower. It fixed that. Not only would it give you increased damage to last hit under tower, it would also give you range to CS from afar, which is very nice. Also, it would give you sustain. It would give you healing. If you guys don't know what Vorpal Blade does, let me pull it up here. This is what the old Q on Shen used to do. It was a ranged attack, range of 475. It was decent range. It scaled off ability power. And essentially what it did is you would throw it at a target, minion, champion, whatever, Baron, any target. It would hit them and then mark them, and anyone who attacked that champion or enemy would heal X amount of HP for the amount of times they attacked it, which was very, very nice. It wasn't overpowered, but it was very nice. for sustain in lane and just helping your team survive in team fights. You would just throw it on a target, they would attack it, and they would heal. It was a great way to keep your team alive in fights. Very support-oriented playstyle, which Shen is supposed to be. So I think that's a great way to give him some range to withstand poke, give him sustain with his healing, and also help him CS under tower. Now with this would also indirectly buff Grasp of the Undying. If you guys don't know, Grasp procs on GP's Q. Imagine if Vorpal Blade would proc Grasp for Shen. Oh my goodness, that would fix pretty much every issue Shen has. It would give him chesting ability, it would give him damage, it would give him range, it would give him sustain, it would fix pretty much all the issues he has right now, and it would make his kit a lot more fluid. It is very difficult to play and very clunky to play with the current kit, and Riot themselves, like I said, came out and said that when they made it, and then they just kind of ignored it. They tried to go back and fix it, but I think they kind of couldn't decide what to do, and so they just dropped it, and they focused on new champions and just never came back to Shen. So I think this is honestly the best way to do it, in my opinion, and from reading the comments, I think all of you agree. Just keep Shen's kit the same and bring back Vorpal Blade. I think he would fit right back into the current meta and the current patches with minimal effort, just change an ability. And I think he'd go right back to that 49-48% win rate. I don't think he'd be overpowered. I just think he would be able to withstand enemy laners. He'd be able to hold his own in lane, not be overpowered, just hold his own, survive, farm, do whatever you need to do with Shen like you used to, and then impact the game later by helping your team stay alive in team fights with your Vorpal Blade. And a lot of people don't realize Vorpal Blade was actually really good for objectives as well. If you throw your blade onto Baron or on Dragon and your entire team's attacking it, everyone who attacks it's going to heal. So it's very nice for taking objectives with low HP. You can just throw it on the target and everyone's healing from it. Now it sounds really broken, but it's actually not. You don't heal a ton. It just heals a little bit, but it's enough to make a difference. So it's very nice for objective play as well as laning and helping your team in team fights. So I honestly think this would be a perfect solution for Shen moving forward. It'd make a lot more sense than reverting back to the old Shen. Some people didn't like that idea, but everyone liked the idea of Vorpal Blade coming back. So I think this is the best of both worlds, and I don't think there would be anyone upset with this idea. I think it's a win-win for everyone. It'd be good for Shen, it'd be good for the game, and obviously it'd make him a lot more interactive, a lot more fluid with this kit. This kit is very clunky and it just needs change, and I think Riot has just been putting it off too long, and I think now is like the perfect time to do it. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I think this is a great solution for Shen, but yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, and as always, please remember to like the video, subscribe if you guys haven't, and please tweet this at Riot, get their attention. I know I asked you guys to tweet yesterday's video, and I really do appreciate it. A lot of you did. The reason for that is I'm not trying to get views. I don't care about the views. I care about Shen and the Shen community and League community, and I want there to be better balance for Shen. He's not really in a good spot right now, and he's very difficult to play, and it's just not fun for people who play the champion. And I know it's kind of like a one-trick complaining, wah wah. I get that. I get that. But for someone who plays Shen all the time, who built a YouTube channel on Shen, it is very difficult for me to produce content, to be entertaining, and to enjoy the game when it's just getting ignored and getting the short end of the stick all the time. So I think it's time for Shen to get changed. Riot themselves said he needs work, so I think now is a good time to do it. Everyone's on board with the fact that he needs work, so you know, let's do it now. Let's fix it now. Bring back Vorpal Blade. Problem solved. But obviously it's not that simple, but it could be. So that is all I have for you guys. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe. Like I said before, tweet this at Riot Games. Try to get their attention. Hopefully someone will see this. Maybe not. I doubt they will. But regardless, it doesn't hurt to try. But thank you for watching. Have a lovely rest of your ninja flippin' day.